Okay, I get that there's a tornado, but can you wait until I finish my video to play the siren? Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm sorry if you hear tornado sirens, it's not that big of a deal. So we got some stuff to talk about in the Kherson direction and pretty much all across the front. It appears like the water level has gone down enough to the point where Ukraine can start to do a cross Dnipro offensive again. Footage came out of the Russians evacuating this little area by the Antonovsky Bridge. In the video, it looks like the Russians are retreating while firing across the coast, while there's counter battery fire coming from the pink areas. It's estimated that Ukraine established control of somewhere between these two black lines right here. The main consequence of the blowing of the Kakhovka Dam was that it submerged all the Dnipro Delta islands, which made the Ukrainian positions there go underwater. But what it also did was sort of wipe away a lot of the first line of Russian fortifications that they had along this river as well. And it seems like the reason why Russia did blow the dam was because Ukrainians were planning to launch an attack across this line, sort of as a supporting attack to their counteroffensive in Zaporizhzhia. It looks like they may be beginning to do that again. If they can get a foothold in Oleshki and set up pontoon bridges, the Russian fortifications here are some of the weakest across the entire line. From there, this is the closest line that they have directly to Crimea. It's about 90 kilometers, and they'll be able to flank the positions that Russia has in the Zaporizhzhia Oblast right now by going towards Melitopol. It seems like this may have been the plan earlier, and it may still be the plan now. It's unlikely that Ukraine is going to send a large force across the river because of the difficulty of resupply through just pontoon bridges alone, but this could be a very good distraction to move Russian reserves away from the Zaporizhzhia Oblast. Going counterclockwise, it seems like Russia has started to set up explosives in the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. This is likely some form of blackmail to stop Ukraine from either advancing in the Zaporizhzhia region or advancing across the recently dried Kakhovka reservoir. I think the fact that Russia is holding a nuclear catastrophe hostage shows how well their current special military operation is going. There's not a whole ton to say here because it hasn't happened yet, but I wouldn't think that they would do it even if Ukraine does cross into the area, because that's a big display of weakness, and the sanctions that come from that will probably be even worse. From here we have, this is a completely verbal report from someone with ties to the Ukrainian army. There's no footage of this or anything, so take this with a grain of salt, but it appears that the Russians have withdrawn from Rivnopil. There were reports of a multiple kilometer advance in this region, and it lines up with other reports, but we're gonna have to wait to see this confirmed. If this does happen, there's gonna be a battle for the heights in between Priutne and Staromayorske. If Ukraine is able to establish control of this region right here, they'll begin to be able to flank the settlements like Staromayorske and Zaporizhzhia, and then from there they have access to the main pin of Russian defense, Staromlinivka, and if they can take that settlement, once they're behind there, they're behind the main Russian defense line in this region. So the battle for the heights behind Rivnopil is going to become the next big area of this Velika Novosilka axis. One final thing to talk about, up by Bakhmut, there's been some progress announced. A commander on the ground has said that Ukraine is in control of a third of the forest by Klishchivka, and there's 3 main forested areas by Klishchivka. Most people are thinking it's this northern one up here. There's a chance that it could be this middle one, and it's probably unlikely that it is the lower one. But either way, this is nice progress, and it shows that stuff is moving around this area. If the Russians do lose Klishchivka, that could lead to really big problems in Bakhmut. And that's all I got for you guys today. See you later.